Property tax bill delays could create fiscal pressures, Masal says, and Chicago's population is declining. School enrollment is down.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's not going to be enough to
That's a shame.
Get them out of the woods long term unless they get some very significant structural relief on the pensions and they address the disparity between a declining student population and a growing administrative cost.
He also spoke this afternoon with CTU's Vice President Stacey Davis.
Hang on. If the Chicago public schools have a declining student population and a growing administrative cost, then what do you think they're spending that money on? Do you think it's just on masks and protective equipment for teachers in the time of COVID? They have less students, but they're spending more money on administration. What do you think they're spending it on? Any guesses in the chat? Gremlin says bribes. Nope. I would not have said that as an answer. Nope. Somebody having a slush fund. Maybe it's corruption. It's not getting, that's right, Reagan. It's not getting to the students. Not getting to the students. Higher teacher pay, mass payout for teachers unions. Maybe. Teacher training. Maybe. Alexandra. That's what I would have picked. They're spending it on equity, guys. They're spending it on equity, professionals. That's what they're spending it on. That is where the growth in many of these school districts is coming from. They're building entire equity departments with entire equity teams. The Chicago Public Schools at the district level have an entire effing equity team. Where did that money come from? That's where it's going. Would be my guess. I don't know that for sure, but that's my guess.
Gates, whose initial reaction was also twofold. Of course, appreciating this opportunity, as she called it, of an unprecedented amount of money, but that was mixed with caution and a caveat. It comes after what she says is a long period of Chicago disinvesting, not spending enough money on schools. Also, she says all those extra counselors and nurses still may not be enough.
All those extra counselors.
Wow. We are happy
That's
to
the
receive
holy
this.
shit. Who's that? Who's that? Where do we recognize her from? Where do we recognize her from? Come on, I know you guys know the answer. Where have we seen her in the last week? Where did we see her 2 days ago? This same woman that's on the news. We've seen her in a Socialist video. Yes, we have. We saw this exact woman in the Socialist video. Hang on. Let me get that video up. Let me find it. I want to show you guys. This fucking woman was in the Socialist training that we watched on Monday. And when I say Socialist training, I mean it was literally for, hang on. By the way, okay, this Socialist training was for a book publisher called Haymarket Books. They publish legitimately socialist material. They are also the organizers of the Socialism Conference that I will be attending next year. I'm definitely going. I want to infiltrate that shit. I just discovered they have a video called The New Abortion Strategies. We'll be sure to watch that at some point. But let me just show you. Let me show you. Where is it? Where is my watch history? There it is. Found it. Okay, let me show you this. So we are watching Stacey Davis Gates, Chicago Teachers Union Vice President. This is the video that we watched on Monday. Organizing for Educational Justice, Chicago Style, Ballots, Books, and Beyond. This is from Haymarket Books, which is a legitimately socialist publisher. And there's Stacey. Again. Autumn. Shout out to Autumn. Vote for Autumn in Pennsylvania. She's running for state rep. Thanks for stopping by, Autumn. But how crazy is that? How crazy. From socialist training to being literally on the news talking about equity in the Chicago public schools. Wow.
We still need to set benchmarks that reflect the needs of our school community. And then we also must begin the process of making these investments sustainable over time.
She says with
Socialist.
CPS plus the city's COVID relief money, the Lightfoot administration should spend more to ensure that students aren't just recovering from COVID at school. Also, she says they need to do more. So, for example, CPS families without homes, they need housing support. Davis Gates also asking for more specifics on spending.
It's not.
Why is the vice president of the teachers union demanding that the government of Chicago use taxpayer money to support housing needs? Because she is a socialist. She is a legitimate socialist. And the reason she's going after Lori Lightfoot, and we know this from the socialist, this is why we watch socialism, folks. For those especially conservatives, Gail, I'm looking at you. For this is why we watch socialism. You know, some people have poo-pooed my going down the rabbit hole into this socialist content. This is why we do it. Because the people we see in that socialist content are then going to pop up in more mainstream content, and they're going to look much more sane. Like, she can't act like a socialist in this content, but she did the other day on Monday when we found her and met her for the first time. And now we see her on the effing news, and she's going after Lori Lightfoot. Why is she going after Lori Lightfoot? Because socialists don't like Democrats and don't think they go far enough. They don't even like progressives. Socialists, Lori Lightfoot is uber progressive. Socialists don't like progressives because they don't think it goes far enough.
Not enough to send a press release. It is enough to show benchmarks. For instance, we're going to need benchmarks with respect to how this money is spent, how it is impacting.
That's for accountability.
We need depth of understanding.